Hey everybody, welcome to 7 Bites, and you know what, it's Christmas time, and in fact Christmas Eve tonight, and we're going to be making a wonderful Christmas Eve spread in small bites, because you know what, holiday entertaining and holiday fun doesn't have to mean giant portions that make you feel bloated and just out of place. So
we decided that we wanted to do something fairly simple, and for family and friends, and they'll be able to fill their plates with little bites.
Little bites of quick, easy, and simple decadence that you guys aren't going to believe. So stick around and see what we're doing.
Hi folks, we're back. We're making some really quick asparagus bundles. We're wrapping about 3 or 4 pieces of bacon, or 3 or 4 pieces of asparagus.
Hey, I'd be fine with 3 or 4 pieces of bacon.
And I think, you know, we have used a lot of bacon this year, but
bacon's awesome though.
It's not.
So show me how to do this.
Bad. Very simple. Take 3 of them, 4 of them, whatever feels like a handful.
All right.
And wrap that around them very easily. And we're doing this.
Well, that's easy.
This is our vegetable for tonight.
A little extra protein energy.
Yeah. If the kids won't eat the green, they'll eat the bacon. So.
Well, you know, I got to say, you had me at bacon, so, you know.
I think bacon lures people to try everything. And these are so simple. You put them in the oven at 400 for about 20 minutes. And it your asparagus will be good and tender, and your bacon should be very crisp.
You want it crisp or tender, or I guess however you like your bacon.
However you
like it. I'm going
like
to redo this one because it's falling apart.
Yeah, they're
being cranky.
As it cooks, they will tighten up, and it will look real pretty on the table.
Losing bacon!
So that's our green for the table.
That's our vegetable.
It's our vegetable. We're going to stick these in the oven, and we've got some more ideas for you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Okay, we are making lamb chops for dinner.
I love lamb.
Lamb is so much fun, and a lot of people shy away from it because they think that it's hard to cook. Lamb doesn't need to be cooked well done, but other than that, it's really not that hard.
It's not fussy.
It's not fussy. You salt those, and I'll pepper these, and then we'll switch, and we'll turn them. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm not getting it's hard.
That's a hard pepper grinder.
It's the first time it's been used. So
yeah. Here. All right, switch around.
So anyway, all we do to these is a good dose of salt and pepper. We flip them over. Do the other side. Because these are thick. As you can see, these are like 1.5 inches thick.
Now, why don't you flip them, and then I'll salt and pepper them so you don't contaminate anything.
All right. So, but
those are huge.
They are huge, and I've got my.
But yet they're not so huge that. Well, they're just right. How's that? They're perfect. One is going to be plenty.
Probably about 3 ounces, 2.5, 3 ounces each. And I've got my pan going over here that we're going to fry them in. And we're using coconut oil instead of using a vegetable oil or canola oil, any of those things. It's just a thing I like to do. If I'm going to fry, I'm going to fry it with something that's going to be good for my body. Well, and coconut oil is good for your body. And it
also withstands higher heats too than, say, olive oil would or butter.
Well, and we're only going to have these in here a short period of time. So I'm going to put all those in.
What are you dredging those in?
Just plain old,
that's just regular flour.
flour.
And if you don't want to use, you can use soy flour. You can use rice flour. You can use.
You can use whatever you want to. I'm just not being that picky today.
We're not fussy.
Today is a holiday.
It is a holiday, and it's a not fussy holiday.
We're just going to drop these in very gently.
Yeah, you want to be really careful when you do this. You don't want to splatter yourself because that could hurt. And, you know, nobody wants to show up to dinner with their host or hostess with 4th-degree burns, 3rd-degree burns all over their body.
No, we don't want to. We do not want to spend the holiday in emergency room. We've already had our one for this year.
So how long are you cooking those?
Probably 2.5, 3 minutes on one side because this is going it's pretty hot.
Yeah.
So I'll turn them over and let them get browned, and then when those are ready, finished, I'll put them in a 200-degree oven until we're ready to serve, and they'll basically finish cooking. We want them a little pink on the inside because
Rare, not raw.
it's lamb. The longer you cook lamb, the harder it gets. It can be very tough.
It's chewy.
So you want to treat a lamb very like a lamb.
Like a lamb. Like a lamb.
Like a lamb.
All right, well, she's going to finish cooking those, and while she's working on that, I'm going to do a quick cleanup, and then when we come back, I'm going to show you my really cool side dish trick that is awesome, and you're going to love it. So we'll be back in just a second. All right, well, Mom's almost got the lamb chops almost done, so I'm going to start working on a really awesome side dish. Look how pretty those are. Those are gorgeous.
Can you see these?
They can't see them with
I don't
everything
know
in
if
the
they
way.
can see this or not, but let's see if we can get it under the camera here. But they turned out beautiful. I'm going to pop them into that 200-degree oven.
And they're just going to cruise until dinner time. It's going to be awesome. All right, so what I've got here, I've got a big old pot of my mashed potatoes. And you can use any mashed potato recipe if you want to use mashed cauliflower or the cauliflowers recipe that we had in a previous episode. You could absolutely do that. It's the holidays, so we're going with the real deal. And really, if you keep your portions in check, potatoes are not that bad of a carb. They have fiber, they have iron, they have vitamin C, and they have lots of other vitamins and minerals in them that are super important. So, don't shy away from a potato just because it's a carb. And I'm going to dress these up a little bit. I've got, right here, I've got some garlic, and I'm going to show you how I did this right here. It's roasted garlic, and what I did is I just took a whole head of garlic. You're just going to cut the top off of your garlic so that all those little cloves are exposed. Thank you. Get that off of here. Got a little trash going on there. It doesn't want to go away. It likes me. All right, and I've got a piece of foil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of just some olive oil and just put it right on top. If you don't want to use olive oil, you can use coconut oil, melted butter, whatever you like, you can use. Just want to put some salt and some pepper right on top. And then what you're going to do is you're going to wrap this up in your foil. And you're going to pop this into an oven at about 400, 425, and that's going to roast for about 30 to 45 minutes. Basically, when you start to really smell the garlic is when it's going to be done. So, and we've already got it done, so we're going to pop that into the oven later. But I'm going to show you now what happened here. And as you can see, it just got really yummy and kind of caramelized and everything. And it's just beautiful. So I'm going to pop this. I'm going to squeeze it. When you squeeze it, it should just pop right out of there. I'm going to squeeze this into a bowl. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mash these up. Whoops. Some of them don't want to come out, and that's cool. If they don't want to come out, they don't want to come out. Who am I to make them do what they don't want to do, right? So I'm just going to stick these into the bowl, and then I'm going to mash them. I know. I really wish, one of these days, they're going to invent smell-o-vision, and there's going to be a lot of people that are either going to be happy or in trouble.
I'll let you throw that one away.
All right. If you'll hand me that rag right there, I'm going to wipe my fingers off real quick, because now I got garlic fingers, and I love garlic, but for this, I need cleaner fingers. I'm just going to get this a quick mash with my fork. And it mashes super easy. As you can see, it just kind of almost turns like a buttery thing. And this roasted garlic is just such an awesome technique to have in your repertoire because it's just so easy to do. First of all, as you saw just how simple that was. You just cut the top off and stick it in there basically. But it is so fun to use on different things. Like right now I'm using it for my potatoes. But if you wanted to, you could slather it on pretty much anything. You can if you're eating toast, you can slather it on toast.
Do you remember back when we used to have Thanksgiving with all of Granny Maddie's family?
Yes.
And there would be like 36 kids there.
Oh, good heavens,
and
yes.
3 different kinds of mashed potatoes.
Yes, so we had mashed potatoes and dressing and...
There'd be 7 different kinds of dressing.
Literally, because some of them used sage and some of them didn't, and some of them used potatoes onions and celery, and some of them didn't, and some of them used nuts, and some of them didn't.
And some of them were vegetarian, and so they didn't want any chicken broth in theirs, which was a little odd, but, you know. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of different...
We were exposed to some real diverse cuisine, definitely.
They really were.
What I'm doing right here is I'm chopping up some chives. I'm going to sprinkle some chives down in here because I like the flavor.
I remember your dad saying once, I said, which potatoes did you get? He said, I got a little of everything because I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
That's about right. That's about right. That's kind of what we did is we had so many there that you did have to take almost like a tablespoon of everything.
But you
just
know,
in order to...
nowadays, I'm sorry if I don't eat your food.
It's because we literally can't.
And a teaspoon of everybody's when you've got 40 dishes is way too much.
Yeah, exactly.
So those are pretty.
Aren't they pretty? Look at, you can see the flecks of green from the chives in there. It's just super bright and really
And you're
pretty.
just going to...
Well, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. What we're going to do, I'm going to take... See, this is where the portion control comes out because you could, leave this just like this. And you could serve, we're making a lot of noise and banging around and everything, and that's fine, but... Anyway, you could leave that as is, and it's perfectly fine as is. And it's perfectly delicious as it is, but we're going to enhance it a little bit more, and we're going to bring out, this is where the portion control comes in. What we're going to do is we're going to make some mounds here. I'm just using my really trusty, handy-dandy little ice cream scoop. And, growing up as a kid, when we have chicken fried steak day or steak finger day in the cafeteria, this is how the lunch ladies always served mashed potatoes, was with a little ice cream scoop. So,
well, that's a perfect half-cup portion.
It is. It is literally a perfect half-cup portion.
Yeah. If you could eat a half cup.
So what you're going to do is you're just going to scoop these out like this. Now we're going to pop these into the oven, 400 degrees, and we're going to let these go for about 10 to 15 minutes just until they're going to kind of firm up a little bit and get slightly brown and crusty on top. And we'll show you those in just a few minutes. We'll be right back. Alright, so here's the beautiful spread that we just made. There's our beautiful garlic mashed potatoes. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's an ingredient that I actually forgot to add when I made mine, and so mine didn't hold together well. What you're going to want to do when you make yours, you're going to want to add an egg to your potatoes, and that's going to make them hold their shape when you dip them out into the mounds. So you want to make sure that you do that. But we're going to give these all a try right here. Beautiful potatoes. By the way, I want to show you, aren't these the cutest little plates ever? It's amazing what you find when you go to a thrift store. We buy a lot of stuff at thrift stores.
Well, when you go through 6 dress sizes in 1 year, you don't buy new clothes every 6 weeks.
Our beautiful shorts here, thrift store.
Yep, we have to.
Montgomery Ward's vintage people. Yeah.
Oh, I won't go there. I will not go there. I've been giving her a hard time about Grandma's nightgown.
She's making fun of my nightgown shirt. All right, so now we got the asparagus bundles here with the bacon and the asparagus. And I got to tell you, asparagus is my favorite vegetable of all time.
Now this
is perfect. Look how just beautiful that is. It's not too pink and it's not too brown.
It's just perfect.
It's just right. This is the Goldilocks and the Three Bears of Christmas dinners.
This is absolutely the best.
It is wonderful.
So.
And I bet you can cut this probably with a fork. It's so tender.
You can keep it in the oven at about 180 to 200 until your guests come, and it's going to stay really perfect.
All right, I'm going to take a bite of that.
It's heaven.
It is heaven. What I love about lamb is that it's very tender, but it's got kind of a sweetness to it as well. Just a little hint of sweetness, and that is excellent.
Now, some people will say that lamb has a gamey taste, but I don't see it. I don't get it.
As somebody who eats, I've eaten venison, and venison has a gamey taste to me. Lamb, not so much.
No,
This is our little bundles.
I love it. Oh. Sorry you're not here to eat this with us.
How are your potatoes?
They're so good.
Yes. You can taste that garlic.
And I like this
Really
idea.
good. Yeah. And this is just enough. You know, it's not too much. It's just enough. You can share a chop with somebody. Or, you know, most of you will probably be able to eat, you know, one chop by yourself and one chop and one bundle and one mound and, you know, be perfectly fine. Maybe not even finish what's on your plate. But it's just enough and it's not over the top. And simple ingredients, easy to do. And there you have it.
What is it? We're always saying keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid. Absolutely.
Because when you start adding things that people add to these particular ingredients, sometimes you can overdo it real fast. And we've kept it simple.
You can. Yep. Simple ingredients, whole foods, and it's delicious.
If you
and
eat
awesome.
like this, you'll have a Merry Christmas.
That's right. Speaking of Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You guys are absolutely wonderful. Give us a Christmas present. Click that like button, click that subscribe button, and share us with your friends if you like what we do. Tell everybody you know about us because your viewership is what keeps us going. You guys are awesome and fabulous, and we really appreciate you. And we just wish you guys a Merry, Merry Christmas from us.
Merry Christmas.